Cats, Cats, Cats. In a great big house on the edge of town lived a tiny old woman named Mrs. Brown. She had no children, she had no mother, she had no sister, she had no brother, she had no chickens, she had no rats. What Mrs. Brown had were cats, cats, cats. Cats in the sunlight enjoying a snooze while Mrs. Brown watched the 8 o'clock news. Cats on the counter, each deep in a dream, while Mrs. Brown drank her coffee with cream. Cats sleeping on sofas, cats sleeping on chairs, while Mrs. Brown swept and vacuumed the stairs. Cats snoring in harmony, all in a bunch, while Mrs. Brown ate an omelet for lunch. Cats dozing outside, each one on a pillow, while Mrs. Brown trimmed the old weeping willow. Black cats, white cats, gray cats too, eyes of brown and eyes of blue, eyes of gold and eyes of green, tall cats, short cats, fat and lean, striped cats, spotted cats, large and small. Mrs. Brown just loved them all. She loved the softness of their fur. She loved the loudness of their purr. She loved to comb their fluffy tails. She loved to manicure their nails. She loved to sit and chat with them. She loved to wear a hat with them. She loved to fill her lap with them. She loved to take a nap with them. She loved to place them all just so and then embrace them row by row. When nighttime came, Mrs. Brown put 60 bowls of cat food down. Then she pet each cat upon the head and marched herself straight up to bed. As soon as she began to snore, the fun began with cats galore. Cats in the entryway throwing confetti. Cats in the dining room eating spaghetti. Cats in the studio working with clay. Cats in the parlor performing a play. Cats in the drawing room purling and knitting. Cats in the sewing room having a fitting. Cats in the closet in jackets and hats. Cats in the courtyard with baseballs and bats. Cats in the library writing and reading. Cats in the kitchen stirring and kneading. While Mrs. Brown was tucked in tight, those cats would party every night. They'd chase their tails, they'd cut a rug, they'd foxtrot and they'd jitterbug. They'd feast on 7-layer cakes, they'd drink 100 chocolate shakes. They'd whoop it up until the dawn. Those cats could really carry on. The sun came up, the cats went down, and out of bed crept Mrs. Brown. She clasped her hands to her chest and cried, "My cats are just the best." She piled them all into a heap so they could get their beauty sleep. Some say that Mrs. Brown is batty and that her house is way too catty. Says Mrs. Brown, "Oh, fiddle-dee-dee, I love my cats and they love me."